Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy hmsa2012 here, back at it again. This time, I'm going to be showing a couple replays of a recent Monotype tournament that I recently joined, I believe this past Saturday. And so basically, I'm part of a Discord group that solely does Pokemon battles on Wi-Fi or 3DS, as you guys would meant to say, or on Showdown. And so this month's tournament is actually a Monotype tournament. It's a round robin format. I believe there are 10 different Monotype opponents I'll be facing, hopefully knocking them out each week. And I believe it's the way it works is if the first four makes it to playoffs, the ones with the best records, or I think the one in first place will just win it all. So I don't know for sure yet because the coordinator hasn't really given much instruction to that. But we'll see. So here, it's actually my second round opponent. So what happened in my first round is that we all chose our typings, and I chose Dark, just because I like Dark as a monotype. It does really well. It has some stable Pokemon they can use against a lot of the other typings in monotype format. And the first opponent I played against was Fire, and I lost 2-1 because of some nasty hacks, man. Of course, I can only be taken down by hacks. So I ended up starting 0-1 the tournament, and I'm like, damn, I better start winning my other games. So my round 2 opponent, as you can see, is Pure Psychic. And this is the team that I also used. It's the same team that I used in the round 1. So I have Rocky Helmet Mandibuzz, Life Orb Hydreigon, Rocks Protect Titar, Classic Mega Sableye, Scarf Protean Greninja, and Assault Vest Muk. And so looking at his team, like Mega Medicham is like his only threatening Pokemon against me. Because Mega Sableye essentially walls everybody. Muk can't really take Earth Powers from Claydol or high jump kicks from Mega Medicham, so I have to be really careful. But luckily, Dark versus Psychic is going to be a much easier match for me. So let's get it started. So first turn, I lead my Greninja as he goes into Meowstic. He sets up a light screen as I expected, and I go for the Dark Pulse. And Dark Pulse on light screen Protean does absolutely nothing. So because I'm Scarf, I switch out into my Muk as he makes a double into Mega Medicham, which is a really great play because it just covers everything on my team. He starts bulking up with his Mega Medicham, and I'm like, oh no, boy. He bullet punches me, and that does so much. But luckily, I get off my Will-O-Wisp, and I just burned his Mega Medicham just because I want to get some chip damage off of this thing, and he just continues bulking up. And this Mega Medicham with Light Screen up is starting to become a problem. But I recover just to get my Mega Sableye HP so it can just take hits from Mega Medicham. I just knock off for just a little bit of chip, and then I realize, you know what? I'm going to go into my T-Tar here so I can get some sand up so it can get some nice chip from the burn and from the sand, as he's taking 12% per turn. So then knowing a Drain Punch is going to come, I'm going to go right back into Sableye as he just Drain Punches there. I believe he should have just predicted and just gone for the Bullet Punch. It was all around, safe play. He bulks up again, and you know what? I'm just going to knock off, continue chipping this Mega Medicham. And as you will see here, I just go for the Protect, expecting him to Bullet Punch you. That's a god play right there from my part right there, you know what I mean? And now, next turn, this Mega Medicham is going to die. So I go for the knockoff. I get a crit. Doesn't really matter because that Mega Medicham is going to die. So then he goes to Espeon. And I'm predicting him to have Dazzling Gleam, so I go directly into my T-Tar. Yep, as expected. And so my T-Tar is hard wall body, baby. Unless you had Grass Knot, then there's not really much you can do. But he goes into Cresselia, and I go for the Crunch, and he has the Colbur Berry, and that does 16. So this has to be a max HP, max defense Cresselia. And he goes for the Toxic. That's fine with me because I'm going to go for the Crunch because that does 35, and I get the defense drop, which is going to be a bit unfortunate on his part, so he more likely has to switch out here, which he does. And I'm just going to Crunch again, as that does 74 to the incoming Claydol. I mean, this Claydol is more likely max HP and max special defense. But he doubles, into his Cresselia, predicting, I don't know what he was predicting, but I'm all dark, baby. I go into my Hydreigon, Life Orb Dark Pulse just knocks this out. And so now it's going to come down to mostly like the Espeon. I believe the Espeon is mostly Calm Mind. But as you can see, Hydreigon does not give a damn about any Psychic types. Misplay on my opponent's part, because Thunder Wave doesn't affect my Hydreigon, because Prankster in 7th gen doesn't affect Dark types. So, and I'll play them with the taunt, so you can't set up screens. Goes into his Claydol, and I just Dark Pulse it, and I just win the game from there, because Hydreigon will just obliterate the rest of the mons. And I have a full loaded squad just waiting to peel off the rest of his team. So that was game 1. Simple, fast, and to the point. And so now we have game 2. And I'm actually going to reverse this here. I want to switch sides, reset, and there you go. So game 2, same teams we're using. Part of the rules of the tournament is that we cannot switch mons, but they didn't say about switching moves. So, you know, we're just going to take advantage of that. So he leads off with his Meowstic and the Greninja. And again, he Thunder Waves me. I believe at this point, like I told him after the match, like, hey, like, you know, Dark types aren't affected by Prankster inducing moves. So I just Dark Pulse twice because I'm Scarfed, knocked this Meowstic, so there's no more light screens coming up. I still stay in with my Greninja, and that obviously confirms the damage from Claydol that it's definitely a max HP, max special defensive set. Earth's powers, I switch out into the Hydreigon. Obviously, I predict that. He goes into Cresselia, not knowing that I have a really massive problem with Hydreigon against his team. And he has a Flame Orb, which is pretty interesting. I think it has like a switcheroo or something like that, but I don't know. This Cresselia just got obliterated. And so now, obviously, I'm not going to stay in because it's a Mega Medicham. So he goes for the Drain Punch, as I expected it. He goes into Executor, and I'm just going to, you know, fire off a Will-O-Wisp from my Mega Sableye. And that means Executor is going to hit me with a Specs Leaf Storm. And knock off and confirm that it was indeed Choice Specs. So this Executor can't really do much to me unless he crits me, but luckily he doesn't. And so that means that I'm able to recover all that juicy damage that I just took. And he's going to go into Espeon. I'm just going to recover here one more time. And because unless he has Dazzling Gleam, I'm just going to go for the knockoff. And that's almost over half. My goodness. Those leftovers Espeon. And it's a Wish variant, and he barely lives from the next knockoff by 1%. So I switch it to Mach because it can just wall the crap out of Espeon and the rest of his team. So he's going to go right into Claydol, and I'm just going to knock off and just obliterate this Claydol into the next dimension. So he goes into Mega Medicham. Obviously, it's not really a great mon to stay in. So he goes for the Bullet Punch, does absolutely nothing to my Mega Sableye. He goes into Executor knowing that he can't really do much to this game. And with knockoff and burn, it's just a KO. So he goes into Espeon, and I just fire off a knockoff here. And I believe I just stay in because I didn't think he had Dazzling Gleam. So I just knocked off again, knocking this Espeon. Now it's going to come down to Medicham. Can he lead to success? But unfortunately, I believe this Medicham didn't have bulk up. And I just burned it. And I believe it's a GG from here because he can't really touch my Mandibuzz when it's burned, and it's taking all that juicy damage from Rocky Helmet and burn. So he Drain Punches there, just adds just 20%, and I believe I just go for the U-turn, and I'm just gonna bring in my Greninja just to, you know, just to claim the victory from here. So that was a GG to my opponent. That was my round 2 matchup, and now we're going into round 3, 1-1. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that small back-to-back replays. I will upload round 3 very soon. As of today, I actually played my round 3. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button for more quality content.